After the divorce, to provide my son with the best life possible, I worked myself to death making money, yet instead of gratitude, my son turned against me for a gold-digging girlfriend. When I demanded they break up, he conspired with her to murder me, ripping out my oxygen tube with his own hands. Reborn, I'd let him date freely, but my money? He'd get nothing, Aunt. I know you look down on me. You despise that I'm from the countryside, but how could you destroy your son's happiness just because I'm poor? My eyes snapped open to Wen Ruyan kneeling at my feet, sobbing dramatically. Just as I tried to pull away, she slapped herself hard across the face, then collapsed limply onto the floor. Auntie, she wailed, you can hit me all you want. Just please don't tear Li Jun and me apart. I love him so much. At that moment, my own son Li Jun burst in, scooping up Wen Ruyan. He glared at me with fury. Mom, how dare you lay a hand on Ruyan? You're poison. So venomous and ugly. No wonder Dad cheated. You deserve to be abandoned. Those words sent ice through my veins. I'd heard them before in my last life. 1 second, I was staring helplessly as Li Jun pulled my oxygen tube. The next, I was back to this day, when Wen Ruyan first came to perform her act. Staring at the ungrateful whelp I'd raised from infancy, I demanded coldly, Li Jun, for this girl, would you throw me away? Predictably, he spat. I'd rather have no mother than a disgusting one like you. Cradling the weeping Wen Ruyan, he unleashed years of bitterness. I've had enough of your control. I've wanted to escape you forever, you old witch. My heart froze over again. After his father cheated and forced me into divorce with nothing, I'd swallowed humiliation to win custody. As a single mom, I'd built a national breakfast chain from scratch, rising before dawn to sell dumplings, begging clients while drowning in liquor, sacrificing my health. Also Li Jun would never want. Yet my devotion bred only contempt. Now 20, he'd fallen for college mate Wen Ruyan. Last lifetime, I'd endured his endless defiance, too soft to punish, too weak to refuse. That leniency led straight to my deathbed. This time, when he finished ranting, I swung. My palm cracked against his cheek. Mongrel, I wish I'd borne a roast pork instead. Wen Ruyan gasped, lunging forward. Auntie, don't hurt Li Jun. Punish me. Obligingly, I backhanded her too. Get lost. You don't deserve to speak to me. Li Jun's eyes blazed. He shoved me violently to the floor, kicking my stomach. Vile hag, you make me sick. I renounce you. 10 months pregnant, enduring labor pains, feeding him with love, only to be gutted by this monster, choking back tears. I made my decision. Fine. Say it again loudly. Turning to my phone, I dialed sharply. Mr. Chun, bring those papers, the special ones. While waiting, Li Jun gloated on the couch with Wen Ruyan. She gaped at our mansion. Baby, this place is huge. He smirked. Smallest house we own. Take you to the villa sometime. Got a pool. Dad's place though, that's grand. Her eyes lit up. Pool parties. He laughed. Anything you want. Princess. They forgot everything. This empire? My blood built it. When Lawyer Chen arrived with assistance, he recoiled at my disheveled state. Miss Sue, what happened? Last time, I'd hidden family shame. Not anymore. My beloved son attacked me. I declared loudly. Over her. The door swung open again. Li Jun sauntered in, arm around Wen Ruyan. Seeing lawyers, he scoffed. Sign whatever you want. Dad'll take care of me anyway. Better than you ever did. To Wen Ruyan, he boasted. See, even without that hag, I'll buy you Chanel. I handed Mr. Chen a loaded stare. He nodded, producing 2 contracts. One fake for show. The real one, version B, hidden beneath. It stipulated clearly, Li Jun voluntarily relinquishes all inheritance rights to his mother's assets. Last time, I dismissed it as paranoia. How foolish. Today, life taught me brutal lessons. As Li Jun scribbled his signature without reading, Wen Ruyan frowned slightly. Too late. The pen landed. Effective immediately, Mr. Chen stated crisply. Per Section 7, Mr. Li forfeits. Great. Li Jun cut him off, stuffing papers away. Let's go celebrate, babe. He dragged Wen Ruyan toward the door. Over his shoulder, he added venomously, enjoy being alone, you bitter old crone. I watched them leave. For the first time in years, I breathed easy. No more midnight calls about drunken brawls. No more empty wallets funding their lavish trips. Let his father teach him what it meant to waste millions. My empire? Safe. And mine alone. Li Junting stood up abruptly. It was you, this old witch, who started beating Ruyan first. What's wrong with me hitting you back? You deserve it. Seeing Li Jun completely exposing his vile nature without restraint, I smiled satisfactorily. Putting on a grieved expression, I motioned for Chen Lu to bring out the agreement. Li Jun, since since you despise me so much, just hurry up and sign it. I knew Li Jun all too well. He couldn't stand being provoked since birth, so I deliberately goaded him. If you're this tough, don't make me look down on you. Red-faced, Li Jun stormed toward me, when Ruyan wasn't quick enough to hold him back. Fine, I'll sign. I can't wait to cut ties with you like my dad did. You ugly, bitter shrew. Just wait till you rot alone in your room. Even if your corpse festers inside, I won't lift a finger to bury you. Instead of arguing, I let him vent his fury. Little did Li Jun know that every venomous word he spat at me was secretly filmed by Chun Lu's assistant. After signing, he even spat at me before leaving. Touch Ruyan again, and I'll make you regret it. My heart ached at raising a son who treated me this way. Too exhausted to accept Chun Lu's comfort, I calmly began planning. Everyone's worked hard these past few days. Accompany me to restructure our assets, I said. Action had always been my style, decisive in divorce, custody battles, entrepreneurship. Only in my past life had blind maternal love clouded my judgment, letting Li Jun manipulate me repeatedly. This time, I swiftly rearranged all properties under my name, 2 villas and a luxury apartment originally meant for him, selling them all, and buying a new place where he'd never find me. Company shares earmarked for his graduation gift, now firmly in my grip. Other assets, reallocated. With Li Jun and Wen Ruyan absent, my plans proceeded smoothly. Meanwhile, digging deeper into Wen Ruyan's background revealed more dirt. Back when I first learned Li Jun had a girlfriend, I'd been thrilled. Quiet and withdrawn as he was, I worried single parenthood had stunted him emotionally. Seeing him fall in love felt like a miracle. I'd even bought her a gold bracelet, but soon after, his counselor called. Chronic class absences, clubbing binges, all tied to her. When he demanded 5-figure sums for dating expenses, I complied to save face. Yet curiosity got the better of me. Why did a rural girl with siblings score university? Investigations uncovered she'd used a fake ID working nights since turning 18. Fearing scams, I gently warned Li Jun about character over origins. His reaction? Bitter resentment. You country-shaming hypocrite. She loves me despite my broken home. How dare you judge? From then on, he saw me as an enemy. This time, I let karma run its course. Before long, my ex exploded over the phone. Useless hag. How do you raise such a delinquent? Skipping classes, partying, begging for sports cars. I chuckled darkly. Genetics, dear. Pot, met, kettle. He raged. No wonder I left you. Right. I shot back. Your genes produced this jewel. Spare me the lectures. We're through. He's your problem now. As shouts and slaps erupted, followed by Li Jun's whimpering pleas, I hung up. Oddly disappointed the show ended so soon that I fully expected my ex-husband wouldn't endure Li Jun for long. After all, he'd already built a new family with 2 well-raised daughters. Even if he could stomach it, his current wife certainly wouldn't tolerate Li Jun barging back to claim a share of the family assets. True enough, the very next day, I received a call from the police. Ms. Su, there's someone claiming to be your son harassing the buyer of your property. I wash my hands of it. Powerless here. My son and I have severed our mother-son relationship. Contact his biological father if needed. Little did I expect my ex-husband to kick Li Jun out so quickly. Good thing I'd anticipated this. I brewed tea and activated the hidden camera installed in the original hallway. On the monitor, Li Jun was clinging to the door, acting shamelessly. This apartment was bought by my mom. She wouldn't dare sell it. I'm her only son. She dotes on me. Most. The new homeowner scowled. This place has zero connection to you. The owner personally signed the transfer papers. How dare you call it yours? Panicked, Li Jun turned to grabbing the officer's leg. Comrade police, there must be some misunderstanding. I demand justice. You have to help me. The officer, overwhelmed by his antics, finally dragged him away. Soon after, the private detective I'd hired sent footage. Li Jun trudging beside Wen Ruyan, head bowed. That old hag, she wouldn't actually cut me off, would she? Wen reassured him, coiling around his arm. Relax. I checked. Blood ties aren't broken by some piece of paper. You're still her sole heir. Li Jun hesitated. Really? Absolutely, she purred. Your mom's always spoiled you. This is just posturing. A warning shot. Play along. Apologize humbly. Fake illness. She'll soften instantly. Parents always do. He mused, convinced. Yeah, act pathetic. Beg forgiveness. Once she lets her guard down, I'll sneak money via her phone. Know her password? It's my birthday. She loves me too much to stop me. He added under his breath. 50-80 grand. She won't notice. Wen's eyes lit up greedily. Your mom's loaded. Must have left you treasures. Darling, forget the sports car first. After she kicks the bucket, everything's ours. Exactly. Li Jun smirked. And that crone's health? Years of street vending froze her joints. Business dinners bled her stomach raw. Sleepless nights wrecked her nerves. Now, my dramas pushed her closer to a stroke. One more push, maybe paralysis. His voice thickened with excitement as he lifted one triumphantly. Just wait till she croaks. All her cash flows straight to us. Watching this chilled me to the bone. My own past flashed back. Chronic pain from those early years. Bleeding ulcers from networking drinks. Exhaustion fraying my mind. Until Lee Jun's betrayal sent me crashing into intensive care with a massive stroke. But since waking up reborn, I prioritized a full medical workup. Doctors prescribed targeted treatments. Nutritionists crafted meals. Trainers guided gentle exercise. Slowly, steadily, I was rebuilding my health. This time, I wouldn't die broken. As for Lee Jun, only coldness remained. My flesh and blood son had weaponized my love against me, plotting my death. Shaken but resolved, I saved the video evidence. 2 hours later, he showed up at my door. Before my secretary, he collapsed dramatically. Mom, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Tears streamed down his pale face. I see now, Dad, women, they're all liars. You're my rock. Only you never abandoned me. Feigning concern, I asked, what happened, June? Instantly, he wailed. Rian cheated. She destroyed me. Everyone deserts me. You're my last hope. His performance echoed the past. Last life, after our fight, he'd pulled the same stunt, sobbing how an emotionally abused him, gaslit him into depression, stole his money, then dumped him for richer prey. My heart broke. I'd knelt with him, crying too, then transferred 30,000 for a healing trip abroad, bought him a duplex villa to make friends. He vanished the day after getting the deed, skipped classes, ghosted us. Frantic searches led me to the airport, where I caught him whisking one away on a beach vacation funded by my money. Confrontation erupted. How dare you, Lee Jun? Did she put you up to this scam? When cowered behind him, he shielded her, fist raised. Old bag, stop screaming. You're scaring Ruyan. I'm your son. Using your filthy lucre is my right. When you die, it's all mine. Get lost before I lay hands on you. Staring at this monster I cherished, I felt darkness swallow me whole. That day, he'd pushed me into my first stroke and handed him and won the blueprint for murder that I started over, coldly observing as Lee Jun poured out his grievances. After he finished speaking, seeing my complete lack of reaction, he grew flustered. Mom, how can you not even feel sorry for me when I'm this miserable? I took a sip of tea. We've severed our mother-son relationship. Don't call me Mom. I can't bear it. Lee Jun's face darkened. Mom, wasn't that agreement just a joke? I'll always be your son. You can't just abandon me. Mom, things have been really tough lately. Could you transfer some living expenses? From the drawer, I pulled out 1,000 yuan, already swapped in advance for 110 yuan notes. Walking up to Lee Jun, I violently slammed the stack of 10 yuan bills into his face. This is the last pocket money you'll ever get from me. Take it or leave it. If not, get lost. His face flushed with humiliation. Instantly furious, he spat. You crazy old hag. How dare you humiliate me? Just then, over a dozen burly bodyguards burst through the door. Cornered by their imposing presence, Lee Jun fell silent. Defeated, he scrabbled at the scattered bills and slunk away in shame. I'd hoped my public disgrace would buy me peace for a while, but underestimated human greed. The very next day, there he was, camped below my company headquarters. My secretary hesitated. Chairman Su, he says if we don't let him upstairs, he'll. Gazing at the surveillance feed, I smirked. Let him make a scene. Bigger, louder, better. On screen, Lee Jun smashed every decorative pot at the front desk. This company belongs to my mom. Hers is mine. As her only flesh and blood son, I do whatever I want. Still enraged, he grabbed a security guard's collar. You useless worms. Blocking me? When I run this place, you're all fired. Pathetic wage slaves. How dare you dictate terms? Dozens drew phones to record. He shoved the guard aside and jabbed a finger at a filming girl. Stop recording, bitch. You wanna die. Threatening violence. He lunged forward. I hurried down with my secretary. Spotting me, Lee Jun collapsed dramatically. Mom, fire them. They had no right stopping me from seeing you. They don't deserve jobs here. Throw him out. Calmly, I pushed him away. I ordered them to block you. Stunned by my icy tone, realization dawned slowly. Mom, are you still angry? Please. With a thud, he dropped to his knees, slapping his own cheeks twice. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said those awful things. Forgive me. I deserve punishment. Knowing this apology was scripted with one Ruyan, I remained unmoved. The damages for those roses and pots will be itemized. You'll repay every cent. Turning to the crowd, I declared gravely, everyone, this man Lee Jun is no longer my son. Bar him from these premises. Call police release if he causes trouble again. Bewildered, Lee Jun clutched my sleeve. What are you saying? My lawyer checked. That severance pack's invalid. Everywhere I go, I'm your son. You can't dump me. Seizing the chance before staff and cameras, I revealed bluntly, you chose your girlfriend over your own mother. Your household registration's transferred out. That agreement states you voluntarily waive all inheritance rights. My company, my money. Nothing here belongs to you anymore. Lee Jun stared, gaping like a beached fish. Mentally, I pictured when Rian ditching him once news broke. Yet surprisingly quick-witted, he recovered instantly, flopping onto the floor theatrically. Just because my girlfriend's from the countryside, Mom tries to split us up, but we're soulmates. How could she judge based on poverty? Sensing phone's recording, he amplified his voice. And she's pregnant, but Mom forces her to abort. I won't be a monster, yet she makes me one. Jabbing accusingly at me, he shouted, believe this? A billionaire CEO treating her own son like trash. An utterly heartless monster-in-law, rushed away by guards. His tearful tirade exploded online overnight. Coupled with my corporate profile, it ignited a media firestorm. Capitalizing on virality, Lee Jun launched a live stream. When parents divorced, Dad offered stability, but she stole custody out of spite. Raised me neglected, gone dawn till dusk, leaving me alone, glittering facade of rich kid luxury. His misery narrative drew millions. Dad remarried, abandoned me. Mom ignored me too. Never came to parent-teacher meetings. For authenticity, he displayed childhood diaries. When she got rich, I hope, but she became a control freak. Beat me with belts over bad grades. Locked me indoors. Forbade friends. Approved everything. Clothes, food, curfews. Even meddled in my love life. Threatened my girlfriend's career unless I broke up. Per his narrative, I became a deranged harpy, divorce-scarred, vengeful toward men, projecting bitterness onto my son, a twisted billionaire matriarch. Thanks to the media's amplification, my company and I rocketed to the top of the trending list overnight. Partners and shareholders rang my phone off the hook. Warning, President Sue, this scandal is too toxic. Fix it now or we'll walk. My PR team was tearing its hair out the moment Lee Jun finished his live stream. When Rian uploaded a video accusing me of unspeakable cruelty, she claimed I had slapped her repeatedly, forced her to drink toilet water, and threatened her entire family's lives to make her break up with Lee Jun. The worst allegation, Lee Jun's own mother supposedly vowed to take nude photos of one if she refused to leave, promising to ruin her for life. When wept with Oscar-worthy fragility, hand on her belly lamenting, my poor baby, hated by his own grandmother before he's even born. She begged on her knees, for mercy, for the sake of your future grandson. Waving an ultrasound report at the camera, I stared at the screen in disbelief. Could she really be pregnant? I instructed my lawyer to verify the report's authenticity, then told my legal team and secretary to compile every video we had, yet not release them yet. Half a day later, when called, Auntie, you've seen the backlash. Netizens are boycotting your breakfast brand. All thanks to your performance. I replied dryly, your acting is impressive. She grew cocky. I'm carrying your grandson. You can ignore your son, but not your grandchild. I agreed to meet. Lee Jun booked an entire restaurant at my future expense. He reminded me the instant I arrived. When cut to the chase, I'm carrying your grandson. I smiled thinly. Whether it's my grandson, you know best. Lee Jun exploded. You bitter old witch. Just because you got cheated on doesn't mean I will. Go see a shrink. When tugged him back, all calculation. Your reputation is in tatters. Auntie, imagine if I miscarried and told the internet you murdered your grandchild. I met her gaze ice cold. State your price. Lee Jun popped his gum. Everything. Every cent, every share, every property, mine by birthright. When echoed sweetly, we're not greedy. Start with 2 million for emergencies. I arched a brow. And if I refuse? Lee Jun slammed the table. ILL ruin you again and again. You LL end up a beggar. I won. T spare a dime. Dad may ignore me, but he won T. Ignore his grandson. Money S wasted on a spiteful hag like you. Isai carried you 9 months. Raised you alone. I never asked gratitude, only common decency. Lee Jun laughed. Decency? I can be far worse. Remember, I'm still the beneficiary of your life insurance. Push me and I'll push back hard. I've done it before. I lifted my eyes to the discreet camera in the corner. Friends in the media, netizens worldwide. Now you see who Lee Jun and Wen Rian truly are. Lee Jun leapt up. You're bluffing. I ignored him and spoke directly into the lens. Yes, I failed as a mother. My son's moral rot is my responsibility. I apologize for consuming public attention, but as a mother, I've done nothing to deserve this. Behind Behind the camera, my legal team was hosting a press conference. After I'd learned the rendezvous location, I'd persuaded the restaurant owner to swap in a live streaming device. All the damning videos, private investigator footage, Lee Jun's verbal abuse, were already rolling for the reporters. Greedy ingrate and gold digger were now on global display. When snatched her phone, the internet had already flipped. Told you to wait for the full story, netizens crowed. This female CEO has actually done a lot of charity. I never believed she'd look down on that rural girl. Right from the start I thought it was strange that only the mother was being vilified. Where's the father? Dead? Is the child only the mother's? Why heap every curse on the mother? The fact that her husband cheated is a lifelong scar. How could a son use that to stab his own mother? Disgusting.at. The same moment, the internet released the video I had pre-recorded. In it, I rebutted every accusation Lee Jun and Wenruyan hurled at me, intercut with footage of Lee Jun's childhood. True, to earn money I couldn't be home much, so every night I tiptoed into his room, knelt beside his bed and watched him sleep, leaving pocket money on the nightstand. Every Saturday I came back with bags of new toys and clothes. On camera Lee Jun hugged the mountain of gifts, shouting, "I hope mommy makes tons of money, all for me to spend." When he grew older and discovered takeaway, I still cooked every day, freezing healthy meals so he only had to reheat them. He responded by dumping the food into the trash in front of me. Who'd eat this gross stuff? Takeaway's way better. I told myself it was just adolescence, slipped him more cash and said, "Eat whatever you like, darling." He failed exams. I scolded him once. He tore the paper in my face, flipped the table and yelled, "So what if I fail? Your money's going to be mine anyway. If you weren't so annoying I'd skip school altogether." I turned away, wiping tears. Because I was so seldom home I'd installed security cameras. I saved many clips on my phone, planning to watch them whenever I missed my son. I never imagined they'd one day prove my innocence. Journalists broadcast the footage immediately. The internet turned. Is Lee Jun even human? A placenta has more conscience. This is the most tragic mother. Gave everything and got betrayal in return. Anyone who shames his own mom should be struck by lightning. Lee Jun couldn't walk the streets without being pointed at. He came begging, clutching my car door, sobbing, "Mom, I was wrong. I'll break up with Wenruyan, but she's pregnant. I can't abandon my child. You don't want me to be irresponsible, do you?" All I saw was the cold calculation in his eyes. I knew he was only here because he had no other card left. Given half a chance, he'd repeat his last life, murder me and seize everything. So I struck first. I pushed a brown envelope through the window. "Lee Jun, I'm starting to believe in karma. Your father cuckolded me, and now his son has been cuckolded too. Poetic justice." I rolled up the glass and told the driver to go. In the rearview mirror I watched Lee Jun tear open the envelope, then scream like a madman in the middle of the street, "Wenruyan, I'll kill you." Inside were photos of her past in the nightclub scene, plus time-stamped shots of her entering hotels with the sugar daddy who kept her years ago. That I had the driver take me to the largest welfare agency in the city. Several letters addressed to me were waiting. After Lee Jun renounced his inheritance, I restructured my assets. The bulk now funds a targeted program that sponsors girls from the mountains. My money pays for their university tuition and 4 years of living expenses, so they can change their own fates. These girls study relentlessly. Every week they write. Each letter begins, "Dear Mama Sue," and shows straight A report cards. "Mama Sue, when we succeed, we'll come back to repay you." They, unrelated by blood, already know gratitude. I glance at the photo of my biological son, and can only sigh. That evening the police rang. Could I come to the hospital to identify a body? The news was already online. Influencer LJ had confronted his cheating girlfriend. During the scuffle with her lover, he fell down a staircase, cracked his skull, and died en route to hospital. Both Wenruyan and her lover have been arrested on suspicion of manslaughter. That I didn't foresee Lee Jun's life ending so abruptly. It seems the doom meant for me has been transferred to him. Perhaps the only filial act he was capable of. A pang of sorrow passes, then relief. Free at last from the shackles of blind maternal love, I can finally go and live the second half of my life.